Hello everyone, I'm Naman. I'm the founder at Utkrusht, and today I'm going to show you how to take an assessment with Utkrusht. This one, for example, is for a software development engineer 1 position at CoverShore. You can see that it's going to test you for SQL, schema management, Java, Spring Boot, and data structures. You can also see the details of the position by clicking here. But for now, let's get started with assessment. These are screening questions that CoverShore has enabled. These are quick questions that you should answer honestly. They will help your chances of getting selected. For example, this one is kind of asking me about my past experience with databases. Yes, I have built. um, where am I located? I'm in Bangalore. Awesome. All right, that was the screening questions. Now we were going to start with the technical assessment. One key point to note over here is that we are interested in your thought process as well, not just the right answer. So speak freely. You will also see that you're actually going to be proctored, and this is important. The entire video of your session is being captured, and this will be used to analyze your audio as well, right? The total duration is 30 minutes, 180 seconds, that's 3 minutes for each question, and we should start now. All right, so it's going to first ask for permissions that are going to be valid throughout the session. The first question is always a cover video, right? Here, this is your chance to make an impression in front of the hiring committee. So give it your best shot for why you are a good fit for this position. So you can record your cover video. And then when you're done, you can stop recording. You can actually review your entire recording, or you can delete and re-record it,
And
or
then
you
when
can
you're
submit.
done, you can.
Now you'll be presented with a trial question. It is usually a good idea to experience the trial question so that you get a hang of how the assessment is going to be going forward. You can see that the trial question is kind of has shown you a piece of code, and let's kind of say that, okay, it's also shown you some properties, and then it's asking you a question. Why might users not see each other's changes? How would you change the setup to resolve this? You can see that there's a place to record an answer. There are some definitions and there are some hints. This is how each question is going to be. Let's skip the trial question and see an actual question. Okay, so now the assessment will start. We are being asked to speak clearly and confidently. Take the 3 hints that will help you and structure your thoughts. Okay, so the first thing every assessment asks is to go full screen. Here are some ideas about red flags also. In case you, for example, try to escape and you open a new tab, we will record that and we will show that you switch tabs and it is not allowed. This is a red flag and will be recorded and sent to the employer also, right? So you kind of see that, okay, this is a question on SQL schema management. As a part of need to basically change the full name and divide it into 2 columns. Maybe the best way to get started is to kind of introduce the 2 separate columns, perform a stored procedure that populates those 2 columns, and then kind of get rid of the full name column. Let's mention that. So I'm going to take a stab at this. Maybe a better way to do this is to say that, hey, let's create 2 separate columns for first name and last name, then implement a stored procedure that updates all the records and populates those 2 separate columns from the full name, and then get rid of the full name column. These have to be performed as these 3 separate steps. And that is how maybe we can transition the schema to the new schema. Right? I can now review my answer. So I'm going to take a stab at this, or I can delete and re-record it. But for now, I'm happy with this answer, so I will move forward. Right? Um, Now we are on the last question. Once we've answered the last question and you hit submit, you will see that you are shown a congratulations page. This is the end of the technical assessment. But wait, you want to find out how well you did, right? So let's go and find out. When you click on view profile, you will be taken to a profile that is now created for you, right? We will show you that you just took this position and here is your report ready for you to view. Once you open your report, you will notice that maybe this was too soon and we are still finishing answers, processing your answers, you will see this happening over here, right? Okay, awesome. So now that we've refreshed this, we see that the processing has finished. We also see that, hey, okay, SQL schema management is what we answered, and we are amongst the top 16%. That's a simple statistic that we've gathered over our database. We also have some strengths and opportunities to improve that are highlighted. I can actually detailed understand all the questions that I did answer. For example, here, this was the SQL schema management. I can go through my answer. So I can also see the expected answer over here, and then I can see the reasoning for which I got a rating of 4 out of 5. And that's a good rating, by the way. And that's the entire report. Your report is also now sent to your employer, which is CoverSure, and they are also reviewing you along with other candidate reports, and they should get back to you soon. Thank you so much. Happy testing.